Now, according to a new CBS poll, 59% of voters approve of Trump's handling of the transition so far. Charlie Hurt joins me. That's a very good start for the president-elect, despite what the media is saying, Charlie.
Yeah, and I think the most important thing there is, despite what the media is saying, the media is still trying to spin this as, Donald Trump is dangerous. They're doing everything they can to undermine his transition and trying to, they're still going full bore. But the problem for the media is that I think the American public they've moved on. They were focused on all this during the election, but the spin kind of wears off now that we're past the election. And what we're getting now, what I think that CBS poll is registering, is people's genuine feelings about how they think the future is going to go. They may not love Donald Trump, but they have faith that he is going to bring greater prosperity to the country, greater law and order to the country, a closed border, a secure border, and peace abroad. And I think that's why you see that historic, unbelievable number, 59%, in a poll at a time when the country, by all appearances, appears to be like cleaved right down the middle. The idea that you're going to get 59% behind something, especially that the media despises as much as they despise Trump, is pretty remarkable, I think.
You remember No Labels, the No Labels party? Well, it's taking Democrats to court over what they call a plot to derail their unity ticket. According to public court documents, Biden's allies plan to harass the founder of No Labels by sending clowns and music trucks down their home street just to drive them and the neighborhood crazy. The documents outline a vicious political campaign. The Democrats claim to be defenders of democracy. Their attacks on No Labels seems anything but democratic.
Oh, I agree. It is. It's remarkable. Anytime somebody pokes their head up and says, "Oh, we're going to be apolitical," watch out. You're about to get caught up in the swamp, big time. It's no different than what Democrats and the Biden-Harris campaign did to RFK Jr. Remember, they for the longest time they wanted RFK Jr. on all the ballots because, or they didn't want him on all the ballots because they were afraid he might hurt Joe Biden. And then when they realized that he might not hurt Joe Biden, they wouldn't let him off any of the ballots. This is the way. This is the hardball tactics these people play. And the funny thing about No Labels, their idea is that they want to bypass the Democrat Party and Republican Party and go with find an independent somewhere. The truth of the matter is, the American voters found an independent, and his name is Donald Trump. And what you're seeing, you have a wing of the Republican Party that doesn't like him, and a bunch of the Democrat Party that doesn't like him. But he has picked a centrist, common sense middle that, at this point, 59% of the American people are like, okay, I feel positive about this. I'm willing to give this guy a shot. And if he delivers on his promises, that number will go up higher than 59%.
I think you're right. Charlie, great way to start the week, isn't it? We'll see you again soon, Charlie Hurt.
Great to see you.